There's free speech and then there's hate speech. And there is no place, especially now, especially after what happened to Charlie in our society.
Do you see more law enforcement going after these groups who are using hate speech and putting cuffs on people so we show them that some action is better than no action?
We will absolutely target you.
Hey, what's up, guys? Carlos Cortez here with another episode of Scriptures in Wall Street. I hope you are doing well. A lot of stuff going on. As you know, the rapture is coming next week, so that shouldn't be a problem to you because you are saved already and you already been prepared, right? So, and you have a relationship with Jesus. So if the rapture does come next week, we're ready for it, baby. Also, what's interesting, by the time you've heard this video or this podcast, interest rates should have dropped. If not, then we got some serious issues in the market if that doesn't happen. I'm recording this the day before the Fed announcement, which is on Wednesday. So we'll see how tomorrow works. Today's Tuesday night. It's my midweek show. It should be relevant for the whole week, though. Obviously, everything on this podcast is meant for information and education purposes only. I am not giving investment advice. If you would like investment advice, give us a call, 813-448-3446, and we can definitely help you with your investment planning, your retirement planning, even Social Security. Many financial advisors don't get paid to talk about Social Security. Social Security is a very effective asset that for many people that I know would be their number one asset in retirement. Now, the question is, will it be there when you call upon it? Well, that's another issue. I think it will, because the fact of the matter is that the government has already planned to take your 401k and IRAs and your bank deposits because you like that FDIC stamp. And FDIC stamp basically means you're going to get shellacked, right? So interest rates drop. Your bank, your financial institution will not make money. They will lose money. They're cringing right now. They have access to your funds straight up. This is not BS. I'm not hyping it. I'm not doing any fear mongering garbage. This is the truth. And the truth of the matter is that bank failures will happen. Interest rates are going down, and banks actually make a ton of money off of commercial real estate. So if you walk into your local bank and they have a commercial real estate lending department, then you better ask them, how are they going to embrace with all the refinancing, knowing that those banks lent out or originated those loans based on their current market value at that time, which real estate is down tremendously because people don't want to purchase commercial real estate because they're working from home. They're Zooming from home. They're podcasting from home. They are chilling at home. They don't need to go to the office. It's that simple. COVID did that. The pandemic did that because we have to be safe and effective, guys. You know that language, right? Safe and effective. The jab, the financial jab. What is the financial jab? Well, let me tell you what the financial jab is. The financial jab, it starts with the bro investors. When you listen to the people at your church or your local barbecue and they start saying, hey, bro, what do you like about Tesla? Hey, bro, you know what happens when a dollar crashes? I'm going to buy gold, bro. Should you be buying gold right now at an all-time high? It's a trade. It's a trade, dog. I don't know about you, but I'm not buying a stock at an all-time high. I'm buying it when it's all-time low. Now, silver, we might have an argument there because there is no supply for silver, and silver is trading pretty high right now. We'll pull up that chart here in a second. And silver, I love because it's a commodity, but I get my silver from Cornerstone. So you have Cornerstone Asset Metals. That's where I get my precious metals from. Their number is really simple, 888-747-3309. Don't get suckered into these bigger gold companies that are guaranteeing you a 5% spread buyback, or even worse, they're charging you 25% on the buy side, 25% on the sell side, 30% on the buy side, 30% on the sell side. That is ridiculous. Why would you put an IRA in a gold company that is charging you literally 60% for a transaction? That is the dumbest thing. Don't get suckered into that. We'll have a solution here in a second. What you're trying to do is you want to have actual principal protection insurance on your money. When these banks drop out of the banking industry like flies, and when these interest rates drop tomorrow on Wednesday, holy smacks, man, like these banks are really going to suffer. You could look up all these articles on whatever internet search browser you use. They're going to lower interest rates and how it affects the banks. No one's talking about this yet. The Raptors next week. Yet we might go to war again. Charlie Kirk gets assassinated, and now they're trying to take away our First Amendment right of freedom of speech, and slowly track, trace, and control you. And this is the right side of the aisle. This is the right side of the aisle. You know, the party that we affiliated with or used to affiliate with as conservatives. Now they're trying to take away our freedom of speech, guys, and call it anti-Semitic because we don't agree with everything Israel's doing. Look, Israel is the blood of Jesus. It is the body of the church. If you believe that Jesus Christ is your Lord, you are Israel. Like you are God's body. It is not the government today. I'll tell you that. Like God does not want these little children to die and get raped and women get raped. That is disgusting. That is not what I stand for. And sure as heck, my church doesn't stand for that nonsense. And neither should you. Now, I'm not here to bash Israel. I'm not here to point the finger at anybody. I'm here to expose evil. And there is evil on Wall Street. There's evil across the pond all over the place. And there's evil here in America. And what evil looks like here in America is everybody has a number. Everybody has in poker, we call it a number. You got to know when to fold them, right? Everybody has a number that they just fold. And so that's prevalent right now, is that those numbers are real. These influencers are getting paid that. These politicians are getting paid that. It is a lot, guys. It is a lot. And that's how Satan works. He will track, trace, and control you. He will manipulate you. He will offer you. Remember, he tried Jesus 3 times. He said, bow to me and you can have all this land. Bow to me and you can have all the pleasures you want. Bow to me and everybody will confess to me. I mean, he literally tried to tempt Jesus. What a dumbass. But that's what he is. That's what Satan is. And so here we are. Here we are. People want to take the temptation. People want to take the dollar. So last podcast, I was pretty emotional, as you know. Charlie got assassinated. One thing I do want to say off the cuff is if you're a pastor or a priest, I'm not going to argue Catholicism, Protestant, whatever. I don't care. As long as you love Jesus and you have a relationship with him and you treat others like you want to be treated, and you're supposed to love your neighbor as yourself and treat your wife like Christ loves the church, which is the hardest, those two. Love your neighbor as yourself and love your wife as Christ loved the church. Guys, for me, that is the hardest commandment. That is the hardest command that God gives us. The hardest scriptures to me is those two. Like, how in the heck am I supposed to love my wife like Christ loved the church? I have sinned against my wife. I have sinned against my family. Like, I come short all day, every day, right? And it is her grace. It is his grace that covers me. And so I am very appreciative of that. But that verse, man, that verse is tough. And God's love is tough because he just doesn't give up on you. And it's so beautiful the way he's constantly pursuing you, that he will leave that 99 to get you. And that's his heart. And it just bothers me that there's religions out there that want to deprive you from the sweetest joy, the light of everlasting life. There's religions and evilness out there that wants you not to ever find out about the book of life and his beautiful message. You know, I was talking to a brother, Matt, with the Rise Up Kings community. If if you're a man, if you call yourself a man, I want you to do yourself a favor and actually go to riseupkings.com. I'm gonna do a free little commercial for them. Riseupkings.com. It is it's changed my life. They have they have a ministry for pastors. They have people, they have a program for non-business owners, but it mainly was built for business owners on how to lead their community, how to lead their family, and talked about the 4 pillars, right? So you have your faith, your fitness, your family, and your finance, and those 3 F's. And so it is so powerful that us men of God have to be strong physically. We have to be strong in our family. We have to be strong in our faith. And we got to be strong in our business, our finances. And that's what a man does. He focuses on those 4 things. And we've been lacking as a society to forget these 4 things. And so what happened is that these women, a lot of women, have to dress up as a man. They have to act like a man, and they're in their masculinity because being a single mom is the norm. And they have to act like the father in the home. They have to provide. They have to protect their children because a man is not there. Because a man has daddy issues. The man is playing video games and watching NFL and checking his fantasy score. He doesn't even know his children's birthday. And we call that funny. We call that funny. Every beer commercial you see on TV is a fat guy, overweight, drinking beer. No responsibility. No kidding. No kidding. There's these women that are trying to do everything. So the children grow up in a broken home. They don't even know what masculinity is, a godly masculinity. So Rise Up King stands in that gap, bridges it, and provides a platform, a group of accountability. If you know somebody that is weak in their faith, weak in their fitness, weak in their mindset, just weak in everything, then send them over to Rise Up Kings. It is not cheap. If you're a pastor, I can get you in for free. But if you're a business owner, if you work, if you're an employee, you need to go check this out for the greater good of your family. Please, please. We need more Charlie Kirks out there because, look, it is worth getting your head blown up by Satan and dying for the cross. That guy has a straight ticket to heaven. That guy has exemplified everything a Christian brother should stand for. He was smart. He was bold. He had faith. He had his armor of God on. And physically, yeah, they murdered him, but they never killed his spirit. They only changed his address. And it's a beautiful thing, guys. Like, I'm almost jealous. I'm almost jealous he went out that way because he went out like a gangster, man. Like, he went out. Whew, there's no better way than going out like that. He is living a legacy. I mean, you just woke up. How many micro influencers, how many people are inspired by Charlie Kirk's story? He is our modern MLK for Christian conservatives. Like, he is that. And we should have a federal holiday for him. We should honor him. And people should get fired and canned if you're making fun of his murder. Like, that is disgusting. Maybe they're talking about a freedom of speech. I don't even think that's freedom of speech. That is just satanic speech, and that should be billed or regulated in some way. And so, what's interesting about this murder is that you see people's true colors on where they're standing at. You probably lost some friends. You probably felt disgusted with your pastor or your church because he was too gummy bearish, too politically polite to not even mention it. And if that's you, go run and find a church, a place of worship. If your pastor is too weak enough to even mention how this relates to your faith, how it relates to putting the armor of God on, how it relates to basically saying that we suffer not from flesh and blood, but from rulers of darkness, rulers in high wicked places, like the Masons, like the Illuminati, maybe they're Israeli, whoever they are, the Zionists, higher than Zionists. There's people above the Zionists, right? Whoever they are. Maybe it's the Mormons. Maybe it's the Masons and the Mormons. I don't know. I'm not here to speculate. Well, I'm here to tell you that there is evil out there, and they do want to kill you, to devour you, to destroy you. Let's not forget Lucifer's aim for every Christian is to do those things, to kill, devour, and destroy. So I really am just overwhelmed like by his passing. The church was really busy this Sunday. I was there. I had to literally run right after worship and mid-service. I had to run, take Nathaniel to his game in Fort Myers, just 2 hours away. And, you know, just an update. Nathaniel's doing well with his academy. He got sick with the flu, what they call, I think, COVID still. He got sick with the flu and he missed the whole week. And his A's are now B's, and he's motivated to get back to A's, but he's doing well on the ice. And I'm just really excited for him. Rachel, as you guys have been emailing me about brain balance and other things, we've been doing that for 6 months, and she's getting better. She started a new school today. I was able to go see her, and I asked her before she was served lunch. I stopped by after I dropped her off, and I said, "Hey, baby, how's it going? Are you feeling okay?" And she started crying, and her anxiety kicked in. And it's a new school, but my wife dropped her off this morning, and she says she had 4 little girls go up to her and just hug her, say, "Hey, we heard you were coming, and we want to be your friend." And Sally was just like bawling, crying because she's never received that welcoming at all. So thank you for your prayers, guys. Looks like we got a good fit there, and I believe it will be a great fit. So she starts full time Wednesday. She just did a shadow day today, and I'm sorry, Monday she'll start. And I'm just really excited about her, man, because God, I love my daughter. If you guys remember, I had to pull her from another private school because they didn't know where she was at. They literally called me and said, "Yeah, Mr. Cortez, we don't know where your daughter's at." And I bugged out. I did what any dad would do. I grabbed a few artifacts just in case and was heading to school. I didn't know what I was running into. And then I get a phone call on the way to school saying, "Oh, hey, we know where she's at. Sorry, it was a mistake." I'm like, yeah, this is not a mistake. This was after Charlie Kirk's assassination. So I'm already on the edge, and I'm a political Christian podcaster. And all this stuff was going through my head like, oh my gosh, my daughter got kidnapped. And oh my Lord, I was in the middle of a client consult. Like one of you guys called, one of my listeners called, and I was literally just in the consult. And if you guys know, if you give me a call and you get on my calendar, like I am present with you. I want to make sure that you're taken care of. I want to answer your questions, and I want to spend time with you. And for my clients, you know how I am. I've been like that with everybody I call. So, yeah, forgive me, guys. I got really emotional last podcast. But that's just me. That's just me. I can't hide me. And what's beautiful about all this is that I don't have to fake anything. What you see, how you see me is how I am in person. Like, that's me. And I love Jesus. I cuss a little bit. I love Jesus, and I listen to gangster rap music sometimes, and then I'll play worship music, and then I'll go kick somebody's ass in hockey, and then like I'll go, I don't know, I'll go have fun with my kids, and then I'll worship Jesus on Sunday. Like I am just real, man. Like I am not perfect. I'm a sinner just like you are. But one thing I will not ever, ever, ever deny is my Lord Jesus Christ on a public platform, regardless of what people say. I've been made fun of on Saturday Night Live on John Oliver. I've been made fun of on Reddit about my hockey team. It's all good. If they're talking about you, then you're doing something right. And so it's a badge of honor because you guys know that my integrity is never for sale. And I will always, always speak about my faith whenever I get a chance. Because at the end of the day, we're going to die. And it's our job to be an impact. And yes, I know a lot about money. I know how to make trades in the market. I know how to help secure your retirement. And people like money. And so if I can bring the bread and we can break bread and talk about something that may challenge you, then I've done my job. I planted that seed. And so we use investments, we use money to talk about, to spread the gospel, to basically say, or, if I could ask you, do you know who Jesus is? Would you like to know who that is? How has it impacted me? Do you even care to know what that is? Like if I could say that to every listener, even if you're saved or not saved, I've done my job, man. I've done my job. And at the end of the day, you will be judged. You will be judged. And he'll say, I know one of the questions he'll ask is, what did you do for me? Did you even know me? He's going to ask that. And we're going to have to face judgment. What did you do for me? I gave you these gifts. What did you do for me? I don't want an egg on my face, man. I don't know about you. I want to have a whole tray and be like, I don't need to say anything. Here's what I've done. My actions speak louder than the words. So yes, every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. It's already written, so you're going to have to do it. He said every knee shall bow. That means atheists, Muslims, what do you call them? The Zionists, the Jews, Palestinians, whoever. Everybody's going to have to bend their knee and confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. Might as well start and get early. Might as well have a real everlasting life. Might as well ask him into your heart because he already wrote it down. And if you don't believe in God, I don't know what to tell you, brother. I don't know if you're dumb, slow, or stupid, because the signs are there. And the Bible says, I have given you signs, and many of you don't even know how to interpret it. Don't be that dumb. And I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to bash you or condone you. I am just saying the signs are there. It's almost stupid not to acknowledge God as your Jesus, as your heavenly Father. It really is that stupid. Like, look at all the signs. Look at what the financial world is doing. Look at the political system. Look at the assassination. Look at all the prophecies that are lining up to be fulfilled. The one world government, the track, trace, and control agenda, the banking system, the jab, the plandemics, the scandemics, the false flags, the evilness, the weather, the storms, the crazy storms and weathers, things that we've never even heard of. I mean, we had was it Russia that got smacked up with a massive earthquake? These countries are getting just pulverized by these crazy earthquakes. You mean to tell me a fairy tale wrote that 2,000 plus years ago? Give me a freaking break, dog. Wake up. Wake the heck up, man. Why haven't you accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord? There is no other answer. Candace Owens is going into this crazy stuff. Instagram, TikTok, X, you name it. All these people are talking about these conspiracy theories of who killed this guy. And I've seen the bodyguard. I don't know if that's AI or not. I know as heck is not that daggone shooter. No freaking way. No way a shooter with all those cameras on campus, high-tech cameras that they can zoom in your hand on how much money, how many coins you're holding. And now we get a pixelated view of a shooter coming off of a roof, and not even a real confession from the shooter. Man, this smells funny. And look, you can formulate your own opinion. I'm not here to talk about that. What I'm here to talk about is there's manipulation out there, and that we have to stay steadfast more than anything in God's word. So going back to the financial guys, I am really, really concerned about many of you. Many of you are just sitting in these companies that are lowering interest rates, and they're about to take a massive hit. If your company, your bank loans out commercial loans, you might want to give us a call because we have alternatives for you, and you don't have to buy gold or silver. Like, that is not safe. It's going up, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be safe. Like, you will pay a boatload of money to get in and a boatload of money to get out. I'm talking about 20, 30% of your account values. So be very careful. Proverbs 21:5 says, the plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty. So if you're buying these precious metals and you're buying this Iraqi dinar system, or you're falling victim to the QFS system, whatever it is, do not be hasty about it, because Proverbs 21:5, the truth, guys, the truth, not me. The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty. Slow wins the race. There's no cutting the system. There's no cutting the system. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. All right, guys? So be very careful out there. I've heard, a lot of hoaxes out there that are happening to people. And that looks different. That looks different in many ways. A lot of the gold investors, I know that they're getting robbed, scammed straight up. Please, if you have money with these bigger outfits, I'm not here to say their names, give me a call, because we really need to guarantee a good portion of it. So here's what I think from a market standpoint. What's going to happen is that they're going to lower these interest rates. The stock market's going to go up. Refinancing opportunities are going to go rampant. So a lot of people are working on their credit, making sure they're credit ready so they can go into the bank and refinance their mortgages. So on the real estate side, the residential side, we'll see a massive shift, because people that bought homes 2 or 3 years ago, their values are down and their mortgages don't match their current value. And so the banks could be negative equity, have losses. And on the commercial side, it's even worse. Trillions of dollars billions of dollars, $1.5 trillion is due to be refinanced over the next 3 years. And these banks are just sitting there like hoping they can stay solvent and they can storm this massive shift. I mean, they're going to have severe losses. I am petrified if you have money in the bank and you're not doing about it. And more than 6 months, you have more than 6 months in the bank. You heard it here. I told you so. Do not be victim. Give me a call. We have greenmoneysolutions.com for people that want to privatize their assets outside of banking laws, outside of securities laws, and get into insurance contract law. You can have the ability to protect your principal and have a contract guarantee on your money. The only catch is you have to be comfortable only having access to 10% a year. And when you have access to 10% a year, it's free, doesn't cost you anything. However, right now, if you're younger than 65, you can get 29% guaranteed invested cash bonus. 100 grand tomorrow is $129,000. You have to wait 12 months to access 10% free penalty withdrawals. You can access $12,900 without penalty, and that will grow with the index. Typically, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, Treasury index, as well as commodities, and we should be able long-term to generate 7, 8, 9% on average, on top of the 29% bonus. On top of that, if you would like to add to it, every single dollar for the next 3 years will be 29%. I'm not here to pitch products or talk about products, but I got to let you know that this is a huge solution you can find at greenmoneysolutions.com. The cutoff is November 1st. That's why I had to say it, because it is such a huge advantage for people that have CDs. Oh, I got to wait till my CDs due. Think about how dumb this is. You're going to wait till the CDs due. What? In 3 months to the end of the year? Now all these banks are refinancing, or these loans are refinancing at the bank, and you're hoping that your bank is even there on your certificate of disappointment, or your certificate of depreciation, or your certificate, your CD, your certificate of deposit that may not even be there. I'll tell you a secret. Go with a financial institution that has dollar for dollar on your money. They're typically found with A-rated carriers. They've been around before the Great Depression, not the Great Recession. I'm talking about the Great Depression. That's where I have my retirement. That's where I have my family's retirement. That's where I have every single client of mine, a good portion, in a green money bucket that is not subject to the stock market. That's not subject to the stupid CBDC laws that are there to track, trace, and control the heck out of you into financial inoculation oblivion. You really needed to get your assets right. Realign them. Go to greenmoneysolutions.com. Pick the option for you. We have a 5-year that no one's doing. There's no point. Give me the juice, baby. I like option 3. Option 3 basically is a no fee, no bonus, free contract, access to 10%. You never lose a penny. You never pay a penny. You can't add to it, but sure as heck, we're making 100% of this awesome index that is averaging anywhere from 12 to 15% annually. That could be you. Compounded. I have 100 grand personally in option 3, and I did it when I was 40 years old. For me and my wife, that equals to about 4.2 in projected returns in 18 more years. So if you're young, great option. If you're older, great option. A lot of my clients that are in retirement, what they're doing is they're taking their $500,000, $1 million, whatever it is, and they're getting that bonus, and they're plucking their 5 to 10% out a year, and they're never really even touching their principal because the growth of the account is now sufficient for the withdrawals. They never have to purchase some retarded lifetime income, blah, 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 ESG fund, woke fund that your vaccinated advisors preaching about. Nah, man, we don't want those companies that are advertising during the Super Bowl because they're charging you to hell in a handbasket and you're paying for it, bro. So yeah, man, get your money right. Interest rate's going to drop. You're going to see banks start doing some weird stuff. They're going to be like, oh, by the way, Mr. Johnson, we're only limiting withdrawals up to $4,000 a day. So you go in and you got to pay somebody cash. AC breaks, you got to get $5,000 because the AC guy says, hey, if you pay me in cash, you won't have to pay credit card terminals. So pay me in cash. So you go to the bank and you go to your Wells Fargo or your Scam Wovia, whatever bank you use, and you pull your money out, $5,000, and they say, oh, Mr. Jones, sorry, our limits are like 3,000. And you're like, what? Yeah, go to the bank on Main Street. You can get 5,000 there. So you call before you get there. They don't answer the phone. So you still drive over there and you go to the Wells Fargo or credit union or whatever woke bank you got. And you're like, hey, I need $5,000. And they're like, we're only, we don't have tellers here. We don't have people here. It's just ATM machines. And now you're really pissed. You should have got $3,000 over there and maybe $2,000 from the ATM machine. This is real, man. And so they're closing down locations because they don't have money to afford the payroll on these people for the tellers. They're going to start doing some weird stuff, guys. I'm telling you, man, this is how this works. Little by little, they're going to be saving money, pinching money. Next thing you know, the bank is insolvent. Next thing you know, they're going after the CD holders because a certificate of disappointment or deposit basically means you certified your money to forfeiture to the bank because they have this FDIC stamp that everybody loves because it's backed by the federal government, Billy. The dumbest freaking crap ever. And you guys are getting screwed. Or not you guys, my listeners are not getting screwed. The people out there are getting screwed. And it pisses me off so freaking much because I actually give a darn about people and their financial well-being. It's everything to me. They shouldn't have to worry about that. And that's why I invented greenmoneysolutions.com is that you can go over there, secure your retirement. You're getting the backing of an insurance company that has been around for over 100 years, guys. That's been around since before the Great Depression. That's where I want my retirement. They've been through all the BS. They've been Trojan horse. They've been financially distressed. They've been through the financial crisis. They've been through a Spanish flu event. They've been through the pandemic. They've been through the hurricanes. They've been through cyber attacks. They've been through it all. And guess what? They're still around. That's where you need to have your money at, guys. And now they're offering a 29% bonus if you're younger than 65. Come on, give me a break. Like, sign me up. That's what I want. And so even if you only got 20 grand, their minimum is 20 grand. I'm sending them some money just so I can open up an account for fun, just so I have an account to put money in and get 29% for the next 3 years whenever I want. Pretty amazing. There's no limit on how much you can put in. I love it. So if that's you, contact me. It's going away November 1st, and I would recommend you do it sooner than later because they can cap out on how much they can bring because they do dollar for dollar reserves. November 1st is the cutoff, so don't call me October 30th or on the Halloween. I won't pick up, and I probably won't be able to get it in on time because there's literally right now there's about 30 to 40 people that have called, and they are readily available to move their IRAs, their 401ks, their non-qualified brokerage account. You don't want to be in a stock market and on this. The volatility index is going to start creeping up. It's been in zombie land lately. So let's pull up the charts real quick. Hey, fun fact. I got to listen to worship music in the background. I don't know if you hear it. Hopefully you don't. But if you catch me singing, it's because I'm listening to worship music. It actually helps me focus because you guys know I don't take notes. So I'm all over the place. Oh, man. But I love it. I'm in my element when I listen to worship music. Fight those stupid demons. They cringe at the sound of Jesus. They do not exist in this area, in your household, in your castle, in this place when you mention his name. Jesus, we worship you. Man, I love this song. Okay. All right. So we're talking about the manipulated TQQQ. Oh, just so you know, this is a personal thing. I'm not recommending this. This is not investment advice, but I really like TQQQ right here, man. Like, this is such a cool play. I'm on a weekly chart. The weekly looks sick. I got a buy signal on a weekly in June. But yeah, this thing is about to cook, about to go up. So what I like about this NASDAQ, this is NASDAQ times 2. This is QQQ with the T in front of it, meaning it's leverage. So we got some big upside here. And if we look at the previous resistance, which was back. Let's see here. Let me scrunch this up a little bit, guys. That's 2001. Yeah, so we're going to be elevated here. So, I mean, if you look at this trend, look at this trend, guys. Like, you tell me where this is going. I got green lights all over the place. This thing has done extremely well. This is the NASDAQ times 2. So it's up probably 65% right now. I think it's going to go up another 15 to 20% by year end. But I really like this. Again, it's not investment advice. I'd probably buy a call option around 100 if you can afford it and let this puppy ride to about 115 and then exercise your options. But really, really cool, cheap play. I would look at call options under $1.20 for over 100. I just bought some. I don't know if they will be in the money by the time mine expire. But I bought close expiration ones near in the money. And I really, really like this play here. So because of just the massive momentum coming up, they're going to lower interest rates. So stocks are going to go up. And this is one of the first things that go up is big tech. So as track trades control agenda, you might as well make some money off of it, secure it. However, the big elephant in the room, for those of you that have been waiting, TMF, baby, TMF. Look what's coming up. TMF, we got a blue cross here. Right now it's at 43.15. Man, I wish this thing could pop. So for those of you who've been following me for a while now, I bought $100 call options on this bad boy a year ago because the Fed was freaking late, right? They were so daggone late. I loved the $100 call options for less than $1. But guess what? I threw like 5-6 grand in it and I'm down 50%. And I said that. I said, look, if you take this trade, you could lose all your money. Well, you probably haven't lost all your money. You probably lost half your money if you bought it when I bought it. However, the Fed is going to be lowering interest rates. So we get a blue cross here. Last time we got a blue cross, didn't do anything because they thought we were going to lower interest rates back in March and they didn't. They're going to be lowering interest rates now, supposedly. Look for this thing to pop. I don't know how far it's going to pop because the 20-year treasury is basically on the PPI, the services and inflation data. However, I really believe that the 20-year will still climb up on interest rate cuts. So let's hold our breath here. So we have momentum coming up here, as you see. And I really like that. Now, last time the momentum we had here was up here and it was over 50. But this thing cooked. This thing was over 400 when interest rates were lowered. So when interest rates were all-time low, bond prices went up, and then they started going up, and so the bond prices started coming down. And it had been zombie land for literally almost 2 years now, and now it's time for it to come back up. They're going to lower these interest rates. People are going to be rushing back to the bonds. Bank failures, what happened? Running back to bonds. Bank failures, what happened? Refinancing will happen. They're going to want to have these bonds, these treasuries. So pretty interesting story here that even, and if the stock market crash, they're going to want to go back to the bonds. So it has like a trifecta component to it. They make money when interest rates go down. They make money when people want safety. They go to the bonds, and they make money when people want them in demand. Because why? Because they want income. And foreign investors invest in our bonds if their economy is not stable and they view our economy more stable, then they'll invest in our treasuries. So a lot of things could happen here, guys, as this could pop up back to the 400s. I'd be happy just at a 250 or 200. Man, that would be so cool. Be a $250,000 trade for me on 6 grand. So pretty amazing, guys. Hopefully it hits. No guarantees. Everything here is for risk purposes. This is not investment advice. Another trade I wanted to talk about real quick. Actually, let's just check the volatility index. Yeah, so it's coming down, volatility index. Whenever it goes down, that means stock market's going up. So volatility index at 16.37. What I think is going to happen is volatility index will still come down because the stock market's going up. And then refinancing would happen. And then 3 to 4 months later, you'll probably see a huge correction once the first bank says, you know what, we can't do it anymore. We're laying everybody off. We're going to do a bank bailout. Whatever that bad news, that first bad news on a bank, oh man, it will be a crap show. And that's when we are looking at SQQQ, which is the opposite of TQQQ. So this is going to be a really, really down, especially more tomorrow. We could probably sell some calls on this puppy if you wanted to take some risk. Sell some calls, get the premium. And yep, you could do that. Now, SQQ would be an amazing investment for a stock market collapse. So we'll SPXS. This is 3 times the S&P 500 on the inverse. So when the S&P goes down, this goes up. But since the S&P 500 has been going up, this has been going down. Very, very, very cheap. You could buy a lot of stuff here. But Keep in mind, SPXS is how you make money in the next stock market crash. It's not because of the gold. You know, like you don't make money on gold if it's a stock market crash. You make money on these puppies. This is what the banks, the hedge funds trade. So SPXS would be a great investment for someone that wants to hedge their portfolio. Speaking of silver, which I love. So here we go with silver. We got a buy signal here. Sell. Sell means to take profit. So we take some profit here. Now this is on a day-to-day chart. I am getting some weakness here on silver. I do have a red light here. We are hitting the ultimate momentum. So it's getting pretty high. It's past that Bollinger Band. So we're going to see some resistance. We'll see some silver actually coming down a little bit. But it could push through. It could push through. Silver has been doing a heck of a ride. It is at an all-time high at 43.34. Holy smokes. We could be seeing 50. We could be seeing 50 soon. 50 is in the scope. Been a slow mover the past 2 or 3 years. Creeping up little by little. This year could be another takeoff year. So we'll just have to monitor it, guys. But yeah, I like silver. Definitely reach out to Cornerstone if you would like precious metal delivered to you. For those of you that like Bitcoin, wanted to talk about Bitcoin real quick. We got a blue cross here. Gold signal. Looks like it's still going up. Not bad to buy some here. Also wanted to check out KRE, which is our regional banks. Oh boy. Oh boy. What did I tell you guys? What did I freaking tell you guys? You can't make this up, dog. You cannot make this up. Pink box. What's that mean? That means the death cross is coming. There's my 4-hour and my daily. Look at this daily. Now, this is a lagging indicator. I have a sell box here, meaning you should have taken your profit. These buy and sell boxes doesn't mean it's sell. It means like you should have bought a call option here and sold it there. Buy a call option here, sell it here. Buy, no, there's no buy. Yeah, there was buy, sell it here. Buy here, sell here. I don't have a buy yet. But what I do have is negative momentum with traffic lights. And look what just happened here, guys. We have a massive, massive sell-off here. Massive sell-off. This is the regionals. This is the banking regionals. So this is on a daily. This is the weekly. So my weekly, which is really, really, really lagging. It's slow. It's hard to move the weekly. You got to have verified momentum. My short term is red. My midterm is red. My long term will eventually turn red. This, you see this red peak here? I don't know if you can see that. Zoom in just a hair. I have a red little divot there. That's massive. It's massive, that red dip. So as this turning on the weekly, the momentum, you'll start to see that these banks are getting freaked out. They're getting distressed because they are anticipating lower interest rates. So yeah, we're going to probably buy some puts here. I mean, it might be a great time to buy some puts. I'm going to look into it, talk about it this weekend. Put on KRE, short the financial system. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm thinking about. But look, you don't have to be victim of any of this, guys. Like, we have amazing, amazing tools. Just go to greenmoneysolutions.com. Get you a safe money account. It doesn't matter where you're at in retirement. You need to have the ability to protect your money, set aside a portion of your money, an account that could double potentially every 4 to 6 years. As long as you are okay with having access to 10% a year, you can have an insurance contract that grows with you, that it actually is out of the stock market, that is a privatized banking solution for you personally, where you are your own bank. You have the ability to void the CBDC. You have the ability to guarantee your own funds, not as a participant, but an actual account owner. When you have a 401k, It's like buying a CD at the bank. You don't own it. They have the right to mess around with it. Your money's at risk. The money in your bank literally has forfeiture rights. You forfeited that money to the bank for the greater good of the financial institution. Don't be like that. Don't get suckered into that. That's not cool. We don't need to have you guys standing around there like a sitting duck when we have amazing, amazing growth oriented products like the QQQ growth index, like the transition index, like the S&P 500. You can make money on all these indices and never lose a penny through our indexing. All you got to do is go to greenmoneysolutions.com, get you the 29% bonus while it lasts. If you don't like the 14-year, if you're older than 65, depending on your state, we can get a 23% bonus with a fee of 0.95. You can't add to it, but it is an A-rated carrier, and they should be in your state, but you got to give us a call, fill out the form on greenmoneysolutions.com, set an appointment. We'll reach out to you. We will not hassle you. We do not have commission breath. We get paid 1% by the insurance company year by year to keep your money growing. So give us a call. We want to help you protect your money. And if you don't know anything about Social Security and you have done any Social Security planning with your current advisor, give us a call. We'll do Social Security planning. We'll teach you how to take it. We'll teach you how to maximize your Social Security, when to take it, how to take it, the verbiage you need to go to the welfare office, also known as the Social Security Administration office, for the money that you are already paid and that you're due. We want to make sure that that number one asset for many retirees is still available for you and that you maximize and you optimize it. And then we take your retirement, we pull 4, 5, 6% out a year in conjunction with your newfound money with Social Security, and we create this like dual income pension for you, and so that you will have money for the rest of your life. Those are for my 50 plus year olds, 60 plus year olds that are getting ready to retire. We can plan all this out. This is what I do full time. I'm not just a podcaster throwing smoke off your you-know-whats. I am a licensed financial advisor. Everything on this podcast is meant for information and education purposes only. I make a living giving financial advice. I am not here to fearmonger you or tell you the bro investor sites or, be the janitor of your church or your pastor and your dentist and the financial advisor. Notice that everybody wants to be a financial advisor once they know you have money. It is so funny how that works. And it's actually illegal to give financial advice if you're not even licensed and talking about your retirement, giving retirement advice. So it's not highly enforced, but it is illegal. Anyways, give us a call. We want to help you. And my prayer for you is that you find Jesus, that you find true happiness, that you fight like Charlie, that you stand in the light, you stand in the darkness, you stand where the storm is, and you become that light. Because your blessing is through eternal life, not through financial planning. Financial planning helps, but your internal blessing is actually your faith. The ability to stand in a gap regardless of what anyone says, undenying faith. Even if you look stupid, even if you don't know the scripture, even if you don't know how to debate, you still stand in there and represent that Jesus Christ is Lord. You still stand in there with that sword and you become that man or that woman of faith. And that God blesses. So God bless you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe our new Rumble channel for Patriot TV. I appreciate you viewing our channel. Go to patriottv.com/wealth to book an appointment with us. Again, patriottv.com/wealth. You can book an appointment with us. For many of you, just give us a call, 813-448-3446. Also, I'm on YouTube now. So all you got to do is type in Scriptures in Wall Street on YouTube. I'm on Rumble, Scriptures in Wall Street. You can find us there. And if you would like to find me on X, I'm on Carlos Cortez JR3 if you want to follow me on X. But yeah, definitely reach out. We want to help you. If you have just a question that you would like to ask me for the next podcast, info@CortezWM.com. Again, info@CortezWM.com. God bless you guys. I am out of here, and we will be talking.
cross is my weapon and the truth is my tame. Unapologetic, I won't bow, I won't hide. Latino blood, American pride, with a word in my heart and the fire my speech. I'm a warrior for the kingdom on scriptures and Wall Street.
You have the Clarity Bill, you have the Genius Bill, you have the Stablecoin Bill. All these bills are there to change the financial landscape of what is about to come. What are you doing right now to protect your money, your retirement, from all these CBDC-like systems that is already track, tracing, and controlling you? Even more so with the AI revolution that we're in right now. We've been talking about this for so long now, and we are effectively helping clients protect their money, secure their retirement, get out of red money, support your values, support America, and not this CBDC system. They masked it as ESG, they masked it as DEI, they masked it as all these things, but at the end of the day, it's all about track, trace, and control. Been a financial advisor for 20 years now. We know what we're doing, and we want to help God-fearing patriots secure their retirement. God bless. Click the link below if you would like to have a conversation.